Hi guys, welcome to Adam McKola TV. I'm Adam. Now, this is a little video where we are going to have a debate on the title race. There's 11 games to go in the Premier League season. Now, I know Manchester United aren't in this year's title race. It's been an absolutely abysmal season for us in the main, but the title race is very interesting this season. You've got 4 teams still in it: Leicester, Spurs, Arsenal and Manchester City. And at the moment, any of those 4 teams could win it. United put a spanner in Arsenal's works with the 3-2 win. Spurs had a fantastic victory from the death against Swansea. Leicester as well, scoring very late on to wrap up their 3 points against Norwich. And City won the League Cup this year, so they'll be full of confidence. They won it this weekend rather. So they'll be full of confidence at the moment as well. So who will win it out of those? Leicester are obviously at the top, 5 points clear, and probably have the best fixture list in terms of the 4 teams competing for the title, as it doesn't really get hard for them on paper until May, when they face United away, Everton at home and then Chelsea away. But the games before that really are winnable for them and the form that they're in. Obviously it'll be difficult because teams are battling against relegation, battling for European spots, battling for, mid-table, because the further up the table you finish, the more money you get. So it's going to be difficult for them. As we've seen this season, anything can happen in the Premier League. They've obviously got the disappointment of Kante missing the next few games as well. But Vardy and Mahrez have been in absolute form. And if they get goals from the other squad players as well, like they did on the weekend, then they'll be there or thereabouts. It's crazy how Claudio Ranieri has got them playing average players, a lot would say, like Danny Drinkwater, Danny Simpson, Robert Huth, whose best years are probably behind him, but his experience is paying off for them. And yet most of their players will be in the Premier League 11 of the season come the end of the season. Kasper Schmeichel has been fantastic in goal. So Ranieri's getting performances out of players that he probably shouldn't be, but they're near the top of the table. They're there by merit, 5 points clear at the moment, and as I said, they've probably got the best running. Spurs 2 points behind them. Pochettino has revitalised them, changed everything round, and it really feels like Spurs are moving in the right direction. They've had a lot of false dawns where they start thinking, oh, we're going to start challenging Champions League, this, that and the other, and it never really happened for them. But under Pochettino, there's a certain sense that they are moving forward and they are starting to become one of the bigger teams in England. Now, they've got the Europa League to deal with as well. They've got a difficult tie with Dortmund. They've also got Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, and a trip to Stoke as well in amongst it. So they've got some difficult games coming up. Kane, Ali, Eriksen has been absolutely fantastic for them. And they've got goals coming from places like Danny Rose, for example, as well. So getting goals from everywhere in the team. They're looking hard to beat, and they've got a decent squad as well. Obviously, you worry for them if they lose Kane and Eriksen, because those two are fantastic. But it certainly get a feeling that Spurs not only believe, but they are a good team now, and they're building something special there. So they will definitely be in with a sniff as well. Arsenal 5 points off now, but still, once they get knocked out of the Champions League, which is looking very likely, Hull potentially, that's a tricky away tie in the FA Cup for them. If they get knocked out of those 2 competitions, they've only got to look at the Premier League. But I can't see them winning the league anymore from this position. They've got Tottenham, West Ham, Sunderland, Everton and City. Now, I mentioned Sunderland because Sunderland are in a relegation battle. Big Sam at home, anything can happen with them. West Ham as well, at their home ground, fantastic. And they've got those 5 away trips still to come. In my opinion, they're not going to win more than 3 of those games. So if they say lose 2 more games, that's curtains on their title challenge really. So it's going to be very difficult for Arsenal from this point. Obviously they've got the experienced manager, but he hasn't won a league in a very, very long time. And the pressure is going to build on him. It's already building on him at the moment now, because they've obviously got knocked out of the Champions League almost, barring a miracle at the Camp Nou. And their Premier League challenge seems to be faltering. They lost against United when on paper they had the better team. United was shot to bits by injuries, and it was a worry for us, going into that game. Not a lot of us expected United to win, and we beat them. So that has taken a lot off their title challenge. Obviously, it's not over for them. Still 11 games to go. Only a 5-point gap. But to expect Spurs and Leicester to both drop more points than them when they've got those 5 away games coming up, I find that very hard to see. City, 9 points, game in hand, which could make it a 6 points gap to the top spot. Now, if Leicester crumble under the pressure, I think it's Spurs and City who will eventually battle for it. Now, they won the Capital One Cup, going to be full of confidence. They're comfortable in Europe. They're pretty much through. They're after a 3-1 away win in Kiev. And they've got some key fixtures: Liverpool away, United at home, Chelsea away, Arsenal at home. So some big games against some big teams still to come for them. But I really think Leicester are going to do it, I've got that feeling. Now, I know it's strange. I say I've got that feeling. Some of you at home would say, what are you talking about? The top of the league, 5 points clear, 11 games to go. A lot of people have got that feeling. But throughout the season, I've thought to myself, nah, these aren't going to do it. They're going to fall away. And they just haven't. Claudio Ranieri's given them license to play. Not only that, they look solid at the back. They've got great players in attack, like Mahrez. And with him and Vardy scoring the goals, if they continue to do that, it's hard to look past them, especially with their running. If they can get to May before they play United away, Everton at home and Chelsea away, they can get to that month and they're still 5 points clear or 4 points clear. I think the title is theirs. But Spurs and City, I think, will run them hard. I think Arsenal, having lost at Old Trafford, it'll be very, very difficult for them now, especially with the away ties coming up that they have. But as I said, stranger things have happened. Guys, let me know what you think about this title race. It is very, very exciting, and let me put my Manchester United cap back on now. It makes it the more disappointing that United aren't involved. Like I've said before, the only reason I think Arsenal are standing out as title challengers this year is because Manchester United, Chelsea and Manchester City have been relatively poor. I know City are still in there for the title, but with the team they had, they should be walking away with it this season. Arsenal otherwise would be in their normal 4th position if it was any other season. Leicester and Spurs are top. That is crazy. And I think the fact that I see that just pisses me off even more because of the way we have dropped points at home. And the points that we have dropped: Norwich at home, West Ham 0-0 at home, Sunderland away. It's so annoying to think we've dropped points at those places. But United and Louis van Gaal only have themselves to blame. So guys, back onto the title race. Get your comments in below. Let us know what you think. See you later.